So at the moment, it is around 4:45, 15 minutes until the Nintendo Direct begins, and as I have not seen it yet, I wanted to make a couple of my predictions public, and hopefully upload this before the Direct comes on. So, my main things I'd like to see is some Breath of the Wild 2 news. Obviously, everybody wants to see that. I'd obviously like to see some more NSO shit, whatever they're bringing to the service. And, I don't know what else I'd like to see. I would like to see Tomodachi Life maybe come over, or most likely given the rest of the Nintendo ports of 3DS and Wii U games, like Miitopia, which Miitopia is very similar to Tomodachi Life. I mean, they're basically considered to be from the same series, and Miitopia is a spin-off, but Tomodachi Life, which Miitopia didn't use the touchscreen as much as Tomodachi Life because of the Switch port. I mean, I never really used a touchscreen on the 3DS version, other than for what could have been a map to a button, but Tomodachi Life featured a lot more touchscreen use, so that's why I think it's a little bit of an insane prediction for this Direct, but I don't know. Nintendo could easily make it so all the features that you would use, because I mean, the touchscreen in Tomodachi Life and Tomodachi Collection, I haven't played it only but a couple of times because it's a Japanese exclusive game, and I'm not Japanese, but I would like to see Tomodachi Life come, but that's like the most unrealistic prediction that I've ever had. I really doubt it because of the touchscreen controls, and it would Miitopia. I don't know how popular Miitopia was compared to Tomodachi Life, but I mean, it could happen given that Miitopia came to Switch, but I really doubt that it will. And then, I don't know, for other predictions, I would like to see more Kirby news. If I don't see more Kirby news, it's not the end of the world for me, because Kirby, for me, kind of peaked with Planet Robobot, so unless they do something with the plot and the lore as insane as Robobot, and some new mechanics like Robobot, I might pick it up, I might not. I mean, it is the first 3D Kirby, if you don't count Air Ride and the unnamed GameCube demo that they've shown off a couple times, but I don't know, the series kind of peaked with Robobot for me. Like Star Allies, it's not my favorite. Like it really could be better than what it is. As for Zelda, I don't know. I don't know with Breath of the Wild what they could do to make it different. They've obviously been working for a very fucking long time trying to come up with new concepts, because I can imagine it can't be easy working on Breath of the Wild 2 for the simple fact that it took them 6 years to make Breath of the Wild 1. If it'll even be called Breath of the Wild 2, I fucking doubt it with Nintendo's track record for naming things. Like, they didn't name Majora's Mask Ocarina of Time 2. It was a whole different game, so I don't know if we can expect a Majora's Mask tie-in with the whole Ocarina of Time 2, like how that was with how it was a completely different game with the same assets. I don't know if it will be a completely different timeline, or if it'll be directly set after Breath of the Wild 2's story. I mean, it could be anything at this point. Like, I mean, Majora's Mask took what Ocarina of Time did and made it completely different. So who's to say the same thing won't happen with Breath of the Wild 2? I mean, it looks to be like it's a cave-based game, so obviously you're going to be able to dig or something, or maybe they're digging up fucking artifacts in the Forgotten Temple or some shit like that, where they stumble upon some magical ass shit, and they're like, damn, we need to investigate this. This might be Ganon or some shit. I have no idea what they could do. Or maybe it could be something like Link Between Worlds, which Link Between Worlds is one of my most favorite Zelda games in my opinion. I haven't played all of them to finish. I finished Breath of the Wild, I finished Link Between Worlds, I finished Link to the Past. And I did a couple of, I have Skyward Sword. I haven't played Twilight Princess. People say that's a good game, but anyways, getting off track. Well, I'm not actually getting off track. Twilight Princess was on the Wii U. That could be another. They could announce that as like an apology, like, we've been working on Breath of the Wild 2. You can have Majora's Mask on NSO, which I saw that trending on Twitter. And then they could also give you they could also give us Twilight Princess HD from the Wii U. Which, I mean, that'd be an easy game for them to port. They've already ported so many games for the Wii U, it's insane. I mean, what does the Wii U have at this point that the Switch doesn't? Like, you can't really answer that other than placing pipes on top of other pipes in Mario Maker. But I would like to see something out of the Zelda franchise, even if it's not Breath of the Wild 2. Like, if they released another trailer, that would be golden. But I don't know if they will. As far as the Mario movie goes, I don't really care about movies. I'm not a movie person, per se. And I mean, this new Mario movie, it could go in two directions. It could be really good, or it could look good, and they fuck up the plot. Which, knowing modern age movies, I mean, what are they gonna do? Mario goes and rescues Bowser. Rescues Peach from Bowser. Twist ending, twist villain ending. It's not Bowser, it's actually one of these fucking new ass characters, or one of these people from the fucking Wrecking Crew games, like Spike or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. But going on to NSO, I would really like to see Jungle Strike and Desert Strike. I don't know if you guys have heard of those games. You might have not. Those are my favorite, like, games that aren't from Nintendo originally on the Super Nintendo. So if those get announced for NSO, I would be really happy. As far as the N64 games go, they've already announced Kirby 64 is coming, because obviously that was probably going to be announced this direct, to be honest, and they had to release it early because somebody stumbled upon it. I see Majora's Mask coming to it, but the Nintendo 64 really doesn't have that many games compared to other consoles. It'd be nice if they announced GameCube games, but I really do not see that happening, because that would, like, immediately get rid of, like, the GameCube market at the moment, because people are paying, like, upwards of $300 per GameCube game, and I'm like, why would he even do that? As far as other stuff goes for Nintendo, it'd be nice to see them say something about Metroid Prime 4. I'm not the biggest Metroid fan, I'll admit. I mean, I've played the original Metroid, and then I've played Super Metroid, and I've played the fan-made remake of, I think it's like another Metroid RPG or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like AM2R or something like that. I don't know, Metroid. It's a cool-ass series, it's got cool-ass lore, but I've never really gotten into the games other than the NES and SNES. But they've talked about it since 2017, and the only thing they've said about Metroid Prime 4 is the logo, and they've restarted it. Nothing else. I mean, I know that Metroid games usually go through development hell, but this seems like it's gone through the 7 fucking circles of development hell in the past couple of years. But it'd be nice to see some Metroid Prime news. And people are saying the Metroid Prime trilogy, but I don't know if I see that happening or not. I mean, I could see that happening if they wanted to apologize for the Metroid shit. I mean, it'd be nice. It definitely would be nice to hear some stuff about that. As far as new games go, I'd I'd like to see a new Donkey Kong game. Donkey Kong games hit different. And you know, a new Yoshi game. Or if they ported over Yoshi's Woolly World from the 3DS version in HD resolution and brought back the maps, that would be really good. I mean, I already have it on the 3DS, but Woolly World is a really good game in my opinion. And as far as other stuff goes for this Direct, I don't know what they'll announce. Leaks are saying a new Xenoblade. I got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for Christmas, but I haven't even started it yet. Might do that on the channel. But as far as other games go, I have no idea. And the only other game that people are saying that there's no fucking way it's happening, Mario Kart 9. It will not happen. If you believe Mario Kart 9 will happen, it's like believing that Ukraine will be invaded by Russia. It ain't gonna happen. They're gonna give us concessions like the Ukrainians are gonna give to Russia. They're gonna give us Mario Kart Tour updates. They're gonna give us Mario Kart, whatever the fuck it is, where you race around the go-kart in real life, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. But they're not going to give us a Mario Kart 9. It's doing too well for them to give us a Mario Kart 9. Ever since they've switched over from Iwata to this new president, they're not going to give us a Mario Kart 9. If they do, Nintendo, I don't know why they would do it. It sold 40 million units. It's one of the best-selling games of all time. Why would you release something to compete with it? Doesn't make sense to me. I think a new Mario Kart would be awesome, but I would really be more happy if they just added DLC to Mario Kart 8. Like if they added like a DLC with new characters and new racetracks. Because all the courses in 8 are pretty solid, in my opinion. Like, even more solid than Mario Kart, not Mario Kart 7's tracks. Like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a very solid racing game, in my opinion. It competes with Wii for the solidness of all the tracks and the racing components. Plus it has an online that's still online, but yeah, that's about all that I have as far as games go. As far as new games they could come out with, I don't know. I'd like to see a Mario and Luigi game, but the company's been gone for what? Fuck. It's been gone for like 3 years. I don't see them reviving it, especially with the Switch and the company Alpha Dream being gone. I mean, the best we could get is like another remake of maybe like Partners in Time. That would slap. But I don't see a new Mario and Luigi game happening even. But I should probably stop talking now so I can upload this, because it's 4:57. They're probably going live now. So hopefully all my predictions come true and Mario Kart 9 happens. Well, I doubt it.